we smart guzzlers, we're going to make some muffins. But in this case, these are more like breakfast muffins. Well, actually, you can have them any time of day you like. But the reason they're perhaps more breakfast muffins is we're going to add Marmite. So these are Marmite and bran. That could be a powerful combination. Marmite and bran muffins. Okay, call them breakfast muffins, but if we can leave breakfast out, it's up to you. So for that, I've got an array of ingredients here. In here, I've got 250 grams of wholemeal flour, and I'm going to add to that a teaspoon of mixed spice and two teaspoons of baking powder. And then in here, I've got bran flakes. I've got 150 grams of bran flakes. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly crush them up a little bit when I add them. Although obviously they're going to get a bit soggy when we add everything else in there. I'm just going to make them a little bit smaller. So I'm going to get all them in, give them a little bit of a mix around, and then we'll just put that to one side while we get on the next lot of ingredients. Our main liquid is going to be soy milk. I've got 500 mils of soy milk, just regular soy milk, and I'm going to be adding into that shortly 2 teaspoons of baking soda. But before I do that, I just want to melt down some margarine and my Marmite. So my Marmite, I'm going to add a tablespoon of Marmite. Well, that's not quite a teaspoon, but there you go. And like I say, I've got some margarine here, 50 grams of margarine. And all we're going to do is just heat that up gently until that's all melted together. At that point, I'm just going to take it off the heat, and then we'll mix in the baking soda into the milk. The only other ingredients we're going to be adding is I've got 2 peeled and grated carrots. I'm adding about 50 grams of raisins. They're optional, don't have to put them in if you don't want to. And I'm adding about 50 grams of chopped mixed nuts. Again, they're optional. And then I'm going to need 3 eggs, which while that's melting down, I'm just going to crack them into there and just lightly beat them together. So I'm just sort of going to spread that a little bit so that I can add in the raisins, carrot, and the nuts. Just going to try and lightly combine them together. And then excuse me. And then we're going to add into that the egg mix. Again, try and get that fairly well combined. I'm then going to add in that melted Marmite and margarine. And again, try and get that fairly well mixed together. Now I'm going to add the soy milk with the baking soda once I've pretty much mixed all these ingredients together till I can't see any flour anymore, because we want to work quite quickly then. You want your oven on at 200 or 180 fan, and obviously some prepared muffin tins or cases. Okay, and then we're just going to divide this up, probably make about 24. Okay, and then they'll go straight into the oven where we're going to bake them till they're done, which should be about 15-20 minutes. So let me just finish off getting these ingredients combined. In goes that milk. And we now want to try and get this fairly quickly all combined. And It's quite a wet mixture. And then when we're happy we've got it all mixed together, I'm going to spoon it into the muffin cases which I've got ready there. And I'm just going to use like a spoon or an ice cream scoop just to get the quantities sort of roughly right. So, there we go. It's quite lumpy because of some of the ingredients in it. You could perhaps make your carrot a little bit finer if you wanted. But like I say, that will then go into the oven, bake about 15-20 minutes until you're satisfied they're done. Here's some of the Marmite bran muffins. The rest are just still cooking in. But let's have a little taster. So here's one that there wasn't quite so much in. So, very moist. Bit of a nutty texture, but then there are nuts in it. Don't really get the raisins, and interestingly, I mean there wasn't a lot of Marmite in it. You just get a hint of Marmite. I think perhaps if I made these again, I would add more Marmite. But there we go. So there you go. And actually, I think these might be quite nice with perhaps a little bit of butter. They're not very sweet, which there ain't that much to make it sweet anyway, is there? But there you go, your Marmite bran muffins.